today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Sam Darnold and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Kyler Murray and the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, Darnold. That one tipped and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback. 3rd season now out of Oklahoma, the former #1 overall pick, of course, Kyler Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Man open, here is Jones. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Julio Jones. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Mostert now to return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On 1st down, Darnold. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. That catch good for only a couple. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Darnold on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Letting one go deep here for Gronk.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And his pass incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Flush to his right. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Escapes the defender, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Murray now. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Caught by Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And looking again for Gronkowski. He's got him this time. Unbelievable. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kyler Murray, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. This one complete to Scott Miller. Breaks through the contact, and he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
A great move by Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a no...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff to Mixon. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 19-yard line. 53 yards on the ground for him so far. Third and 2, and here's Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment. No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 15. It's a big play for the Jaguars. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Sam Darnold, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles. And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position. Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence. No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there. Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. He will find his man Chase complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Murray now on 1st down. Jones has it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Murray now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Murray fighting, lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Murray now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Mostert now to return.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Darnold to throw again. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Montgomery. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin with the...
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Now Murray again. That's caught at the 2. Touchdown Broncos. CD Lamb. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Mostert now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It's caught by OBJ. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up fourth down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. It's a big play there for the Broncos. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Murray. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QB is
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the 3rd quarter here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. When he went on the move and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. To the right side, complete to Miller.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take...
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Mixon, and he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Escaping the pressure right. Open man right side, it's Lamb. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Oh, that's taken in by Ertz. A nice catch. Touchdown! Zach Ertz, 29 yards. And the Broncos are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Mostert now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Mostert now to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Darnold from the gun. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And Cook has it, left side. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Darnold. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's...
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 38, 20.
That's just the start,
And he
baby!
takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Mostert now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From the 41, Darnold. This one to the left to Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Darnold. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Darnold. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, Darnold. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. the practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Jags come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A big